My question to you is...
Thank you. No, yours is fine. Theirs, when you're not answering questions, please turn it off.
I know I'm powerful, but still. Okay. Okay, we're ready. Okay.
Is there a guy who knows how to run the board?
How are we getting feedback?
Point the tail of the mic away from you instead of holding it like this. If you tilt it towards you.
That's all. Okay. It's the only one that's on.
Should I turn it on now?
You ready to turn it off?
Turn it off or on?
No, be ready to turn it off. Keep it off. You're good now.
Okay, Mike.
If you point the ball towards you with the tail away, it'll help a lot. Like that, yes.
There you go. Way to go, Samson. You must be a Marine.
When you were talking about education and the money and the budget cuts and so forth like that, my question to you is concerning education. We're 50th in the nation here in Nevada, at bottom of the totem pole. Same thing with our graduation rate and truancy. Failure is no longer an option, and to have our businesses come into the community or into our state, the first thing they do ask is for education. And it is not a pretty picture. I would like to know that when we have 80% of the public doesn't know how to balance a checkbook, which includes our principals in our schools, I would like to know what you feel on empowerment schools.
I'm Tom Jones. I agree that we have an education problem. I agree that we have an education problem.
You're good. You're good.
We have to, first of all, as far as empowerment is concerned, to answer your question, I think we have to divide up the school districts into smaller areas. We have to empower our schools to have more say over what they do. For instance, printing. They have to go to a central agency to get printing when they probably go to Kinko's and get it done cheaper and faster. So I think we have to give our schools more authority. But basically what I can do as far as, I think we ought to have a voucher system, because private schools cost per student is about $5,000 a year. And here in Nevada, our cost is, depending on what you're looking at, somewhere between $7,000 for state funds to $13,000 for both federal and state funds. And I think with a voucher system in place, this would force the public schools to look at their budget and to provide the education that's necessary. I also know that almost 50% of the education budget is spent on administration. That's way too high. We have to do something to cut down on the administration. Now, maybe we can't tell the school districts what they have to spend, but if we divide the school districts up and we provide them with some competition from private schools, and we force them in that way to watch what they're spending it on, and we can reduce their salaries and their budget also. I also believe that Florida was tied with, pretty much tied with Nevada near the bottom several years ago. They instituted a semi-voucher system. They also stopped passing children to save their self-esteem. They required that they pass the curriculum in order to go to the next grade. I think that's something we have to do, because there's nothing more harmful to your self-esteem than graduating or being out there trying to get a job and finding out you don't know enough to get it. My name is Tom Jones. Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Halseth, and your question was, what do I think of empowerment schools? I love empowerment schools. I had the privilege of going out to Sewell Elementary School, which is an empowerment school. In the first year when they were in empowerment school, they were last for schools. They rated third in the ratings. Since then, this is their third year, now they're in the top ratings for schools. And what they've done with the children is amazing. With empowerment schools, it gets the parents involved, which is huge success. It gets the teachers involved and the principals. And those people get to decide where their money is going, where they know where their children need the money. I think that's very important. Their first, second, and third graders were able to be supplied with laptops. You get grants from businesses around town. You don't get that with a regular public school system. I think having your community involved, your parents involved, your teachers, and your administration all actively involved and passionate about what you're doing with your students is important. Right now in our public school system, unfortunately, our teachers' unions are very restrictive to our administrators, to our teachers, and it's just not going to provide us with successful children. So I think empowerment schools are great. I think vouchers are a great thought. Right now what we can do is we can expand the amount of empowerment schools that we have. Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Halseth.
Okay. Action. Mine's not. We got 4 minutes till the next candidate. He's sitting right here. So,
4 minutes. Ready to roll? Let's do it.
all right. One more
right,
question.
let's do
30
it.
seconds per, please. 30
All right.
second, 30-second answers.
Okay,
please.
Chris Steele is a veteran public servant myself. One of the things I'm fed up with is the bureaucracy and all the people out there that are self-serving, that are oriented towards saying the right thing just to be approved of and be able to win and maybe take things from the system. How do you all feel about that? What are you going to do to counter it?
My name is Tom Jones. I agree with you, and I'm a retired businessman. I'm not going to make a career out of being a politician. I just want to do something to help our state get out of the problems it's in. What I can do to keep other politicians from being self-serving, as you said, I don't know. I really haven't given that much thought. I just know that I will fight to make sure that we get the things that we have to get done and aren't self-serving. I would check every bill, make sure that there's nothing in there that, to the best of my ability, that is self-serving to the other politicians. My name's Tom Jones. Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Halseth, and what we can do is what we're doing now. Right now, like I said, I have Dennis Nolan is my primary opponent, and he is very self-serving. I have served my community since I was 5 years old. Believe it or not, I've been going out to nursing homes. I've been going to veterans organizations since a very young age. People are my passion, and I am so fed up with our politicians being paid for their votes. The people need to be represented, and I have the passion, I have the courage, I have the determination to make those decisions. My name is Elizabeth Halseth. Thank you.
And thank you for District 9. That